Smile More,
a show that's dedicated to bringing you some knowledge and a little twinkle to your day.
we cover topics about life, daily tips, all favorite things, with the purpose of helping to bring a smile to your face.
So if there's anybody out there wanting to turn that frown upside down, you want to shine bright like a star or a diamond, you ain't gotta worry about people being all sad in their videos, trying to make you feel all depressed, stressed, and less. Come to Smile More. Hey y'all, I'm Lily.
I'm Carr.
And this is a showcase where we talk about these important jobs and how valuable it is. And maybe we can learn something about it and just see what it's all about. So, can you tell us your name and what you do?
So my name is Tiffany. I own a catering company called Urban Taste Catering. It's located out in Plano, Texas.
Now, before we got started, ironically, Caterer has already just had like a sample of the grits and shrimp. Yes. She don't even eat grits. So I'm, curious to see what's going on. Like, how'd you even get started, becoming a caterer?
I was always in the food industry. When I thought about it, I always wanted to own a restaurant, but I was like, I don't want to own restaurants because restaurants don't have a lot of profit margins. So I decided to go into catering. Catering has kind of became a passion of mine when I was in college. I was working for Airmark and started there.
Because catering, and then I'm thinking about it, it's like having a restaurant on wheels, maybe? Like not having a building?
Sure.
Think about that.
Sure.
Okay.
So you have to kind of build, but the only thing about catering is you bring in the restaurant to them a little bit, in a sense,
Do you actually serve the food?
Yeah, we're full service, so we do everything.
Oh, okay.
We do service staff, bar service, everything. Linens, tables, chairs, everything. So,
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And who's your biggest customer?
Typically it's more corporate.
Okay.
Used to be our biggest customer, to be honest with you. So we would do corporations like Shutterfly, Lamborghini. We were doing big customers like that. But then when the pandemic hit, we had to, transfer a little bit and kind of figure out something else. And that's when we went into the wedding market. So now we are kind of doing weddings now, which is the big ticket now. So which helped.
Summertime, I feel like it's the busier months,
Yeah.
For weddings.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Weddings. The only thing about weddings is weddings are kind of emotional.
Right.
With corporate, it's like, when corporate happens, if you make a mistake or something, you're like, okay.
It was probably a meeting that they had.
This is my big day.
Right. This is my big day. He ruined everything.
The food, it came hard, it wasn't cold, and
Yeah.
Weddings is,
No.
Everything is emotional. So you have to make sure that you're almost perfect in a sense.
Right.
So
And
it's
make
a lot
their
of pressure.
special day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure.
Dang. Have you had a bride or
The whole bridezilla.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of those. So
Customers
but you get to pick and choose, and right off the bat, you be like, nope,
Right.
nope.
Did you name it? I like that.
I did name it. I named it because I wanted it to be about ethnicities that are covered in one basis of it. So urban taste kind of represents just when you go to an urban neighborhood or area, you kind of get a culture mix. So that's what our food is. It's just everybody's culture kind of mixed into one. So that's our kind of thought process with urban taste. So.
Okay.
So I'm guessing because all I know so far is shrimp and grits is bomb and it's on the menu. Which I got what else do y'all serve?
We serve everything. We're modern American food, which I know people are like, what is modern American food? What does that even mean? So what it kind of means is so we take American food, but we put our little twist on it, right? So everybody's had a burger, right? But you haven't had a burger with, pineapple bacon jam with something, so we kind of make our own twist on it. So that's what modern American kind of means. So that's what the food we kind of serve. But we do everything. We do small bites. We do,
the appetizers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So apps, we do a lot of, because of course weddings, you do cocktail hour. We do.
So people can get you on the app? They can look up?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Definitely. So just you can go to our website and then look us up from there. Fill out the inquiry. So yeah.
You got some upcoming stuff on the menu?
Yeah, we do. We have actually we had a wedding today.
Oh, wow.
We had a wedding today. So yeah.
Oh, you got a good
Okay.
team.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So
You gotta have help though.
Yeah, you do, because it's a lot.
You can only be in one place at one time. Other than that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was excited. I don't know if I told you, Leandra, prior to us shooting today, when I was at Jonathan's place. You had already come through, but when I was at Jonathan's place, she brought food for the foster care, or she brought food for the agency, and I just so happened to be in just other parts of our system, and her name popped up as being somebody that, of course, donates or helps out. So, and I was just kind of like, and the name, it stands out, it's Urban Taste. So I was just, before I even saw Tiffany Carr, I was just like, oh, that's our church, I know who that is. Like, I immediately identified with it and was like, wow. So my brief time at Jonathan's place, she had given food to the kids before. She was in the system.
Yeah,
So
that was
cool.
fun being at Jonathan's place. It was emotional though. That was the only thing, because you get to see kids kind of at their lowest. You know, like that's what you think mentally, but
Right.
you know, these kids are probably way stronger than me, I would say. But you know, at that moment, it was kind of hard every day going into Jonathan's place sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
How'd y'all get linked up, or how'd you get linked up?
Well, when I first started Urban Test, I always wanted it to be in the community. And so one of the ways I thought about being in community is definitely community service. But I didn't want to pick something just to pick.
Something
You know how
meaningful.
people be like, I just want to do philanthropy just to do it.
I just
You know,
put
I
a
just
stamp or
want
a
to
name on
say
it.
for
Tax
marketing
purposes
purposes or tax purposes, right?
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
something that was kind of dear to my heart, and I always felt like kids kind of, when they don't get a good start, to me, I think they are so much at a disadvantage in life, you know? So that's when I started looking it up, and I found Jonathan's place, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I went in, kind of looked at the place, you know, asked them what their goals were with the kids here too, because you don't want to be pouring into something that's not really,
Right.
What
you know,
you believe in?
Yeah.
right, that's not really doing anything. And that's how we kind of linked up with them, and we just started feeding them at a time, and then we moved, so that's why we ended up not feeding them. Now we feed another organization
Okay.
as well, so that organization is pretty awesome too. It's out in Plano, and we've been feeding them for a while.
Same type with
Same type, disadvantaged kids.
Which is good, because I can guarantee you them, because by the time when I was there, their highlight was something like Chick-fil-A or something. Otherwise, you was getting like that regular, something that they could prepare in mass, or just be, just so you could say, I got food in your stomach and you're not hungry. And like I say, when I was transitioning, Chick-fil-A started delivering stuff. It's something they recognize, but who would not want American food, or you know, that style of food, or that home cooked food? I don't know if they was getting shrimp and grits, but who wouldn't want that food versus that home cooked meal? Yeah, we like Chick-fil-A, yeah, we like McDonald's, but if you sit both of these side by side to me, I'm clearly gonna pick the opposite or the opposing. So yeah.
True. Which is true, because I'm seeing that a lot of kids, that when they come in, they're like, oh, I'm getting this, you know, so they get excited.
You know, they look for the day that you come.
Yes. So that's amazing, and it's good that you can expand on that opportunity or do something like that. I like that.
Awesome.
Do you do like baking at all?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Do
Like,
everything.
yeah.
Literally one-stop shop.
I'm
You hear
saying
that?
though,
Like,
literally tables,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
So did you start that way, or did you just slowly grow into?
Oh no, we started in.
You was one of the first businesses that I saw back on the Facebook and stuff. I'm like, what's up, church member?
Yeah, we were like, I remember my friends always push me back, and they'd be like, man, remember when you used to cook it? And I was like, yeah, I used to cook apartments. I mean, no, everybody got to start somewhere.
Right.
I mean, when you look at it, you know, I would also definitely say for anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, don't be discouraged, because everybody started somewhere. You know, Target, Walmart, they also start there. People automatically assume because they see the end result, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't start there.
That's so true. You start with what you got and what you
Start what you
have.
got.
Just start.
And you just keep going.
Just start.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that was our story the same way. Just starting.
Okay. Well, you think you're gonna go back and try to get a restaurant later on in life, or just
say I got my niche?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody asks me that all the time, and I'm like,
or food truck. I feel like no. Okay. Food trucks be.
I know they like,
But I don't know
from a standpoint of like popularity and marketing, those things definitely work because people can come and see a place, people can learn about you, yes. But from a revenue perspective,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I like catering. Restaurants. You know what? I grew up in restaurants, so that day to day, every day being a slave to it. I mean, and the family is important to me too.
Right.
So I just don't know if I would be doing that.
Yeah.
And gas, trying to get food truck and filling that up. You have to live in your food truck. I'm not mad at catering.
Definitely.
I learned something new because I didn't think. Because catering, you're just be able to move and flow a little bit easier.
You get the flow, and then a lot of people don't think about it as like when in a restaurant, I have to put food in that restaurant even if nobody comes. So
I think that about donut shops and bakeries. Like if people don't bother me, I hate wasting.
I didn't even think of stuff like that.
Yeah, if they don't come, you still have to have food. You still have to have people there. With catering, it's like you come to me, and this is what I'm buying based off of that.
Right.
So, and this is a for sure client versus I open a place up. It's a question mark.
Yeah.
Are people gonna get out today? It's raining.
Yeah. Especially like you said, COVID. I would think corporations is a sure bet, but you don't know. Yeah.
And that's a good point because when you think about it, like if you think about a COVID and when businesses were hit, what were the number one businesses you heard about? It was restaurants. They were closing like restaurants, or maybe places like where people shop, those things like that. But it was definitely restaurants. Restaurants got hit the worst. So they don't have the capital,
Yeah, I can see that though when it comes to people coming in, still having to have the staff, and I even think on that level of what y'all just mentioned, having food, whether people there or not. Yikes!
I know at one point fast food started popping like with COVID. Do you do like vegetarian or?
Oh yeah, you have to right now because that's the big thing. Vegetarian, vegan. The only thing that we don't do is kosher, but other than that, vegan is a new thing too. Anytime there's a new wave of food, we have to kind of keep up with it, and vegan is now the new wave.
Really? Yeah. I get lost with the pescatarian or Presbyterian. I'm like, on church or food because I don't know which sometimes. But
my favorite is that gluten free?
Yeah.
Girl, it's whatever you want.
Whatever you want it to be. Yes. You can eat it today.
Yes, that is my favorite. And I don't know why I always hear somebody ask that question. It's like, you ain't even gonna know. Right. Come on now, catch this.
Right. You ain't got celiac.
Yes.
Right. You just don't like gluten, So
that is typically my giggle when it comes to food industry, or even if I see it on the menu, gluten free.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
And it feels like that, and that so many people have allergies. I'm like, where do people have so many allergies now? I'm allergic to this, and this. And I'm like, okay, maybe.
What is it? Peanut allergy or something like that?
Peanut, shellfish. I've seen a man that was allergic to onions and garlic. I'm like, how are you eating?
Wow.
No.
Yeah, that was weird.
What a life.
And he was like, he couldn't eat anyway. He couldn't eat anyway.
That's what I'm saying. True.
Everybody puts onions and garlic in it. So it was like, I can't eat nowhere. He was like, I eat at home. He's like, I do eat French fries.
Wow. That is like the blandest palate ever, probably. Because you start with onions, probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well, then, how can you tell people to reach you if they want to get your urban taste? I don't want to mess it up.
No, that's good. That's good. You can reach us either by, the best way, to be honest with you, is on the internet. urbantastecatering.com. You can go on there, or you can give us a call, 214-997-3789. We're here. Instagram, we're on Instagram, Urban Taste Caterers. A lot of people hit us up in DMs,
Slide on in.
Our Facebook, you can do that too as well. We're on Facebook as well, Urban Taste Caterers. So, however, all social medias, wrong. Except for TikTok. We're not on there yet.
Okay.
I figured that out.
I'm gonna say it's a matter of time for everybody.
I don't have time for TikTok. I be like,
my mama
these
TikTok. TikTok's so tough. She got
Miss Issa TikToking.
I'll be like,
Wow. And see, I haven't tapped into it either because most people that's on TikTok, they stay there on there for like hours just looking and scrolling. It's not like Facebook or Instagram where you like, okay, and you move on.
Yep.
Everybody I know that has TikTok will be like, I was on TikTok for like 30 minutes the other day. And I'm like, doing what? Doing what? But they were like, you literally just go from one thing to the next exciting thing to the next
It's
exciting
clickbait.
thing. Yeah.
It is definitely clickbait. That's why, so many people like to use it from a marketing perspective because it's clickbait.
Wow.
It is. So
Yeah. No.
yeah,
I haven't quite tapped into the TikTok either. That's cool. Well, this would not be Smile More or the show without asking you, what's something that make you smile or what keeps you smiling day to day?
Definitely, I would say Jesus. That's definitely a person that definitely keeps me smiling because, that just having that, footing of having Jesus Christ in my life, that definitely keeps a smile because this world is really crazy.
crazy.
I mean, it's, we're seeing it definitely with a lot of the craziness that's going on in the world. So definitely that. And then my son, definitely seeing him happy makes me happy. So,
Okay.
my son is 7. Yes.
I saw y'all just went on vacation. How was
We
it?
did. We went to Oregon.
Y'all went to Oregon. Okay.
Yeah.
What y'all doing in Oregon?
Temperature, because I'm thinking cold, but right now it should be decent.
No, it was. It was. We had to have jackets.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
wow.
good.
I'm a Texas.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
imagine that. Yeah. I am too. So I went there. I was like, okay, we had the sun.
It's
I was like,
summertime.
it's cold.
It's chilly.
It's chilly here. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's real cold because I'm like, this is cold. This is cold to me. So
Yeah.
Oregon was fun. It was nice. So
That's good.
Nice.
definitely fun. So
Or something different at least. Because I think one time I went to Oregon was for a track meet back in high school.
right, that's not a place that you're like, hey, I want to go here.
Yeah.
Right. I spent a week out there at this
Yeah.
this camp or whatever at the Rockets. No, yeah.
Oh, okay. When
And
you was
I just
there?
remember, since I don't eat cheese, every night they serve cheese. So I'm going out like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me go. And it was like cheese on cheese. And they looking at me like, it's eating they want to eat. And I'm like, I don't eat cheese. So I'm eating cookies. And so anyway, that was my
Really?
I was like, yeah, I could not wait so I could find something without cheese. It was weird. But Oregon itself was cool. But
Yeah. And I'm like her for whatever reason. When I think of it, I remember the weather. And of course we were there for track, so it was like tunnel vision. We ran and we
got
left. We
back.
bounced.
Yeah.
We didn't so much as go to a mall. We didn't do anything, but we knew we was in Oregon,
Right.
and that was
Maybe
kind of
see the
it.
mountains
Right.
through the
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah.
Did y'all fly?
No.
God.
We drove, and it was one of the hardest trips.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is because, like I said, it was a track. This was track,
so they had-
we was in vans, and you talking. This was like what 2004, 2005. So
Gosh,
Trinket.
I couldn't imagine that.
it was
That's a long trip.
treacherous, and we would. I can remember it to this day. We would at stops we would jump rope and stuff just to keep our
Okay. That was
legs.
cold.
But we drove from Dallas to Eugene, Oregon, for a track trip.
Not Eugene.
Yeah.
I've heard some. Ain't that? It's some show on Netflix. I think about Eugene, Oregon.
Really?
I don't know. It's like some code or something with Eugene, Oregon. But I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. So.
Who's talking about Oregon?
Exactly. I'm like, when I got there, I was like,
I thought you was like in Seattle or something when I saw y'all.
Well, we were supposed to go to Seattle.
Okay.
We stayed in Vancouver, Washington.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot of things that are happening in Portland right now. Portland is supposed to be like the LA, so they're having a lot of issues with pickpocketing. I mean, you ask everybody in Washington, they're like, don't go to Portland. I'm like, okay. And we go to Portland and we're fine, but everybody in Washington was like, don't go to Portland, Oregon. Don't go to Portland, Oregon. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. And I'm like, I don't think it was really bad. I think they're just maybe not used to as many homeless people or things like that. But I don't know. I don't live there, so I can't say nothing.
Right.
I mean, there are parts in Dallas that I'll be like, don't go there at night.
I know, right?
We all have that place.
Ultimately,
Right.
it's safe. You know, you like, maybe don't go there to
Take
shop
the
down
heads
the
up.
shoulder with a street, you know, at night, because you might get in trouble.
Yeah.
But you know those places, so they knew their places. But we were supposed to go to Seattle, but we ended up not going. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's definitely where I thought y'all were. I knew it was cool though, or I could just tell
It was pretty.
from the pictures.
It was gorgeous, but the hills were too much for me. When we drove to the beach, I mean, you're on like drops and you're just looking down like, if I steer this one time, I'm going over. I'm like, you don't realize how flat Texas is.
Because I was around the mountain type.
That's what we were doing.
That's what it was.
We went to Canyon Beach, and it was like that. And it was like that for like an hour. And I'm like, we don't really realize how flat Texas is until we go to places like that, like Cali and stuff, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is a cliff. Like, it's over.
Right.
So.
Or the idea that rocks, because I remember rocks, they had like these things, these fencing over the mountain so that the rocks wouldn't fall down. I remember that trip. Let me tell y'all. For whatever. I don't know if it was because it was dry. I remember that trip.
Okay.
Yeah, that's scary. Yep. And there was a lot of that. A lot of signs, a lot of deer crossings. You like, okay.
And you know how you get those signs? They put those signs out there after somebody has died. Yeah. So.
What?
Yep. I learned that in divisive driving. Yeah. Put them signs up. And like this deer crossing, or that because somebody got hit by a deer, or somebody, died.
I didn't know that.
So that would make sense, wouldn't it?
It would, right? How would you know if a place is dangerous? But like,
so
rocks out there, they got rocks to falling.
It's a sign that says rock shifting rocks, beware of something, and it's like literally it's protecting. It was like a fence so that they didn't just really come, but they still dropped, of course, but it was just a mild way of dropping.
And I keep asking myself, I'm like, what happens if the earthquake happens? Right now, like I'm not prepared for that. Tornado, I know what to do.
Right.
But
Cool.
Well. We have an organization highlight. So today we're going to highlight Global Girl Voyagers. And they work directly to transform the mindset of marginalized girls in need. And they help them build leadership, character, and purpose, and things of that nature. It's kind of like what we were talking about, who you're donating to at Jonathan's Place. She does that, but she goes to the schools, and they get assigned a mentorship. And basically, the girls go through a year-long program, and then those who qualify get to travel international, and they get linked up with like girls their same age, and they follow a skill-based, highly qualified curriculum. Like, it's a bomb program, but they need resources like most of us do. So please help us to reach out to Global Girl Voyagers and kind of help them smile. The information is going to be somewhere in the video, in the link, so look for that. Time to spin the wheel. Showcase is the realest. Cold like a blizzard. Smile more the realest. Time to spin the wheelies. Let's spin the wheel.
Here we go.
See what we get. Whenever you want to. So you get to choose whatever you want.
Okay. Ooh, candy.
Candy.
I'm gonna take candy. Yeah, sour candy too.
Thanks for
Look
coming
at that.
today.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. I had a good time.
Wonderful. And I'm ready. So always remember, when you get dressed, throw a smile on with your style.
And throw a smile at your trials.
Y'all, peace.
Bye.
My name is Carla Langford, and I'm the founder of Global Girl Voyagers. Global Girl Voyagers was founded out of my need to see young women discover and explore themselves. At a young age, I had the opportunity to travel with my father all over the world, and I wanted to give that same experience to young women that I came into contact with. Many of the young women that I worked with, from Los Angeles to Miami to Dallas, many of them had never been really anywhere outside of their cities. Specifically in Miami, the young women had never even been to South Beach. My experience with them, taking them on kayaking trips and canoeing trips and even snorkeling trips, I saw that it changed their lives. I'd like to see these young women continue and pay it forward as they grow, and they can take another young woman and show her the world.